an accurate portrayal of real people that existed in Guilford and Alamance and Caswell County at that time. And after the convention, Tourget is a judge, and we think of judges today as very passive, kind of referees and neutrals, but the judge in the 18th century, or the 19th century, was not. They were very active in the prosecution of criminals. And there comes at this time, this following time, which is part of what I think the Bricks Without Straw was referring to, is the Kirk-Holden War. And Alamance and Guilford and Rockingham County and the counties in what was then the 7th Judicial District were the source of what is called the marginal voter, or the marginal majority. If you were able to carry some of these marginal areas where blacks were able to vote but were not a majority of the population, then you were able to win a statewide election. And so in the between 1868 election and 1870 election, you had the rise of the Invisible Empire and the Klan, and the visitations, the beatings, the murders, the whippings were taken over by this secret society, and they were done specifically for the purpose of intimidating Republican and black voters, both black and white. And one state senator is hung outside Tourget's courthouse, and he was a key witness in a particular thing. So these reports are really voices coming to us from that time, even though the names were disguised, perhaps for obvious reasons, by the author. So it gives you a real sense of what it was like to be a judge when blacks became witnesses for the first time, or blacks became jurymen, or blacks could bring cases in court. So you get this real visceral sense of what this kind of change meant to this society. You know, bring all of, well, I guess the other thing I want to say is the Kirk-Holden War is a fascinating piece of North Carolina history, which is a civil war within the Civil War. And the impeachment of Holden following, and the Convention of 1875, in which Tourget was a delegate and fought to keep all of the conditions and the rights that he had implanted in the 1868 Constitution, is an equally fascinating reaction to this. I think and I think Tourget at the end of his life, I'm not sure that as he looked back on his work, I think he considered a lot of it to have failed, because he wasn't able to achieve the level of social and legal equality that he really wanted to. But these ideas lay implanted for the second wave of revolution in the 1960s, because it really took from Tourget's time almost 100 years for a lot of the import of his ideas, both at the state and federal level, to begin to take effect when the Supreme Court began this revolution with Reynolds versus Sims and equal protection in voting, which Tourget